Okay, good morning. Happy Tuesday, October 8th. And we're gonna look at the markets in the morning here. So it looks like things are doing pretty well, right? Overall, pre-market, like the SPY is up to. How did the Asian markets close? Yeah, so the Chinese stocks closed pretty high, but the Hong Kong market, wow, that was down 9%. Hang Seng Index, it's crazy. But anyways, back to our markets here. So we're gonna just take a look here at the SPY first off, and gonna take a look at the Fibonacci level right there, 1.618. So that could still be the target, right? Well, we don't know. And all prices doing pre-market on the daily chart is just going right up back towards resistance. So do I expect this rally to continue? Maybe not, right? Maybe this is just some kind of retrace back up, maybe get rejected and maybe come back down. So am I too excited about the pre-market action this morning? No, I'm not, because a lot of things just look like they could still be stuck under resistance, and this is one of them. So basically 570 is where I want to see a daily candle close back above to get more bullish, right? If it does not close above that 569.99, then I think it could still drift a little bit lower and maybe even back to that 561. The QQQ, same situation. It is going up this pre-market, but the conversion line does sit at 485.55. So therefore, it's nothing exciting unless a daily candle closes back above it. So therefore, that's the only thing that matters. Otherwise, price still could drift lower to the 1.414, 472, or a little bit below. So still, I'm thinking things could trend lower or maybe just sideways for some time before they want to resume their uptrend. And the IWM, it looks like, yeah, same situation, stuck under the conversion, stuck under the 702. And it looks like the potential to go back down to 214.58 or even lower to the 618. The 212 is also still possible. So all the indices are still stuck under their daily resistance. So nothing green this morning is exciting to me, just because it could get faded really, really easily. So let's see here. Let's look at the questions. Tesla gang, Tesla hand pick waving. Steve, yeah, I thought Steve was on vacation too, but his vacation is always on X. Yeah. Where am I on my 270 move? Well, the 1010 event is still another 2 days away, so I'm still considering that. I still think that's very possible, but I'll just go to Tesla right now and show you my thoughts. So Tesla right here, daily chart, it just says it all. Like yesterday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, it didn't matter about the price, right? What happened yesterday, it's the same situation how things closed Friday. It's the same situation how things closed Thursday and even Wednesday last week, right? It's below the conversion line at 251 and above the 235 baseline. So day over day, nothing makes any difference. It being up pre-market also makes no difference to me, because yeah, even before 1010, it could come down to the 230s, right? It could come down to this 235.95, or it even can go a little bit lower, right? Could retest the cloud, 226. But I think that could be the maximum pain, right? But I do still have the thesis that things are going to go higher. And let me go to my linear scale GAN here and show you the confluence, right? So it could retest this blue angle before the 1010 event, right? And that would just be a breakout back test. And that blue angle does sit around 232, 231 or so. So I'm thinking that that could be a possibility before price wants to rebound and go back to the 270s, right? So I still think the 270s are likely, but they're still 2 days away for price to do whatever it wants, because right now there's no catalyst. And as I just showed you on the daily chart, it's just stuck right in between a range. And when price is stuck in between a range, it can do whatever it wants. They can push it down, they can push it up, and it makes no difference to me. So this is just part of the plan, and just got to wait. So whatever happens today, whatever happens tomorrow, doesn't really matter until after that news event to pick a direction and go with it, right? So let's continue with some Palantir, right? I want to just talk about Palantir. So we all know that the linear scale fib is at like 360.60, or sorry, 3660. And just want to let you know, like, it's still looking really, really bullish. And that angle down there sits around $37. So people that are expecting it to just like crater, in my opinion, I see something different. I see that it could even just retest 37 or maybe not. But what I'm really expecting is it to challenge the upper arc here, which is in the 40s, maybe like 40, 50, 40, $41 or so. And that's what I'm expecting more than anything to collapse. So I do think Palantir has a good chance of breaking into the 40s relatively soon. It did get kind of rejected last week. It went to 40.29. This week it got to 40.15, right? But I still think there's some room in the tank to go to like 40.50, maybe $41 or so. And as long as this angle is intact, then I do see upward trend continue. So all that matters is holding $37 for an upward continuation. All right, let's see here. SOFI. Yeah, so SOFI on my chart here, it's looking pretty good. So it did some beautiful things last week and this week so far. Right, it did broke out of the cloud and it back tested it, and that's it. So like people that were looking for opportunities, that was yesterday morning, right? When price was going back down to the 818, 816, 817, that zone, that was the opportunity. And I think the most likely scenario now is price is going to go to the $9 range, because price is once again on top of most of its resistance. And I think it has the opportunity to go back to these previous candles over here. This previous resistance zone could be a magnet for price, because I always say price likes to travel to the path of least resistance. And I think right now that is up, right? I think it is up. So that is my expectation for the weeks to come, getting to the $9, maybe even beyond. And yeah, TTD. So trade desk, I think I talked about this before. It did already flip that level to a support and even back tested it last week. And now it's just in the process of consolidating and going higher. So essentially, what we just have to focus on is holding that 108 level. Yeah, as long as 108 holds as a support, I think it's going to go much, much higher, like into the 200s eventually, right, over time. But it's not going to go in a straight line. But I'm just focused on holding this level as a support. And as long as it holds, then it will build a base and go higher. Let's see here. Good morning. Can you please talk about NVIDIA? Yeah. NVDA. So NVIDIA, the 786 is the target, right? And pre-market, it's above it. So this is what I've been focusing on for a while, right? This log scale fib right there, the 786, 128. So I think that is a good possibility, but there also is a linear scale fib as well, which is the 786 at 130.05. So that is really the number that I want it to be closing above, the 130.05. If that closes a candle above, because it's never closed a weekly candle above 130.05, then this is going to all-time highs, and it's going to the 150s, 160s, and beyond. So weekly candle close, 130.05. That's all I'm focused on. Right now, it's right at that level. So this is kind of resistance, guys. So be a little bit cautious here, but if it can break during the week, then I think good things to come. Oh, MU. I think I missed that one. So MU, Micron, yeah, it's just on top of the weekly cloud here. And I think it's just building that base to continue higher. But I think the momentum still could be to this 120 level up there, 121, because of this breakout, and it's consolidating on top of resistance. And as long as this resistance holds, then I can see price continuing higher and higher into the 120s. And I see a request for Neo here. So yeah, Neo actually hit my GAN level perfectly. Didn't really share this one, but yeah, last week it hit it perfectly and got rejected back to the 45. So it's just one of those breakouts getting rejected by resistance and retesting a 45-degree angle now. And you can see week over week, a previous resistance is trying to flip to a support. So is Neo bearish? No, not really right now. As long as it stays above the 45-degree angle there, that's around like 656. Then I think this has potential to build that base along this 45-degree angle and then continue higher. So stay above 650s, 656, and get above 770 for continuation higher. Yeah, SMCI. SMCI is actually getting back above my blue level there for log scale. So that's okay, right? I think this needs to get above the conversion line right there first. So that's the weekly candle close I'm really focused on right there. And that is right around 50. Let's just round up to 51, right? Around current price. So this needs to close a weekly candle above it in order for a continuation. So it can't just get rejected there during the week. So let's see if this can close above 51 on Friday. MicroStrategy. So I said, sorry, my voice. I said on Friday or no, yesterday, I said that basically the 886, 185, 30, that is the target to close the week above. And this is why I said it's going to be programmed for 300. Like once there's weekly candles that close above it, because it's never happened before, then price will be going to all-time highs. It'll go to 230, 260, and 300 above, one step at a time. Of course, not in a straight line, but that's what I'm focused on, closing the week above 185.30 right there. And if that happens, then I think this and Bitcoin will continue to go up together. With the hurricane coming, gas shortages will not affect the gas money. Well, yeah, I mean, it could affect a little bit, but I think it'll just be temporary. A lot of things are just temporary anyways, so not in the long run. And have you done Tesla? Yeah, I did Tesla already. Upstart, we got 1 minute left for the market open. So Upstart, it's been really consolidating on the top of the cloud there. And also it's been consolidating above my arc for the past 3 weeks. It's getting rejected by that angle now. So there's a lot of series of resistance here. So this is why you're not seeing it break out. So this is what I'm really considering, just holding the $40 level as a support, maybe build a base on top of the arc and then eventually go higher. But yeah, $40 or even that conversion line down there at 38.79. If that holds as a support, then I think this can actually continue and break through all of this resistance above. Yeah, after yesterday's pop above 130.05 mark. Yeah, but it's a weekly candle close for NVIDIA. I don't really care about the day-to-day price action because if the weekly candle just turns into a wick, then all of the day-to-day price action is meaningless for NVIDIA. MRNA. Moderna is falling apart. So it just lost a level here. And this is where these little fancy negative fibs come in handy. And it lost that zero level, right? From this high to that low, it lost the zero level. So I'm going to say maybe $35 could be the target, right? Maybe that's something that we got to watch. But maybe not in a straight line because let's see here. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands. Yeah, the Bollinger Bands are going back down there too. So it could be, right? But usually when you do a fib from the swing high to the swing low, and then that low gets lost as a support, often enough, the -27 could become the target over time. So I don't like this stock right now, but the only saving grace it has right now is this level right here. And that's a previous support level, and that is $54. So if 54.50 holds as support, then there is no need to go down here. But if that ever breaks as a support, then guess what? This almost guaranteed to get to 35 bucks. So yeah, what was once a great stock is now not so great. And the market is open. So how's everything pre-market? So this is, yeah, it's up $2. The SPY, QQQ, $2. And let's see, ARKK, it's a little bit flat. And Meta, I have a very smooth voice. Thanks. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get through all of these, but I will do WOOF really quickly because I do like it. Yeah, so WOOF, just going to share this here really quickly. I kind of am seeing a very symmetrical pattern here with this blue angle right there. And that does sit around 380s. So I think if price did get into the 380s, that is the opportunity. But I'm not waiting. I'm already buying this one myself because I see continuation higher. And this is one of the bullish ones, right? We can even put on the Ichimoku here. And we can see that it's way above the cloud and it's just consolidating for some time. So I think all that happened is it got rejected by that 50% level up here and then went down to retest support. So it broke out, got rejected by resistance, and it's retesting a support. And I like that. I like that a lot. So therefore, I can see price just maybe consolidating here for a while and eventually go higher. So I can be patient, but I do like these prices, and I do think this chart is pretty bullish. And one last thing here, if I even drew a line right across here from these candles, it's basically aligning with the wicks of these previous tops around that angle as well. So there's lots of confluence that price is pretty close to a bottom. Just $4 or less is where I'm looking at it, and I think it's very, very good. So I already discussed MicroStrategy actually, but yeah, HIMS is still looking great too. I can just do that one because I like this one a lot too. Right, HIMS, yeah, it's down 1864, but all it's doing really, it kind of got rejected by the top of the arc yesterday at 20 bucks. And I've been saying for a while that if it ever can flip 20 bucks, then it's going to go, right? But so far it can't. So it went back down to retest some support there, right around the baseline. And that baseline kind of sits right around 1850. So this is nothing scary at all. Whatever price action you see, it's fine. It's perfectly healthy because it got rejected by resistance yesterday. So it's just finding some consolidation to go higher. But yeah, overall, guys, market's just doing what it's doing. And I think the exciting day for everybody will be 10-10 in a couple of days. So we'll just have to wait for that.